Coming up tonight on the CBS3 News Live at 5, more Minnesotans will soon be eligible for the COVID vaccine, the groups of people who now qualify. Plus, jury selection back on track, the latest on the murder trial of the officer charged with killing George Floyd. And a state rep affirming Minnesota's commitment to mining, the new resolution in the state house.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening, I'm John Cardinale. Thanks for joining us. Kristen is off tonight. Starting tomorrow, more than 1.8 million Minnesotans will become eligible for a coronavirus vaccine. Governor Tim Walz announced the expansion this morning after the state reached its goal of vaccinating at least 70% of residents 65 and older. The next two priority groups include people with underlying health conditions and food processing plant workers. And while this is a major step, state leaders are still asking seniors and teachers to get vaccinated and for other Minnesotans to wait their turn.
To seniors yet unvaccinated, you are still the top priority. Those educators who want the vaccine and haven't yet got it, you're still the priorities.
And we do ask Minnesotans to continue to be patient, to know now that you have a place in the line and that the line is moving much more quickly.
And the state expects this next step to take several weeks due to the size of these groups. To find out if you're eligible, you can find our web story at CBS3Duluth.com. Meanwhile, local health departments and hospitals are gearing up for those newly eligible Minnesotans. CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with Twin Ports health experts about what you need to know come Wednesday.
Starting Wednesday, more groups of people can start registering for a COVID-19 vaccine appointment here at St. Luke's Hospital in St. Louis County and all across Minnesota. Under Governor Walz's vaccine expansion, those new groups include adults with underlying health conditions like sickle cell anemia, Down syndrome, cancer patients undergoing treatment, chronic lung and heart conditions, and those who could be immunocompromised due to organ transplants. St. Louis County Health Director Amy Westbrook says they're excited to be moving forward in the vaccine process as even more are now eligible for the vaccine.
We continue to vaccinate for impact, and this is, another phase of that. And we're moving through the phases more quickly than we anticipated. So it's a really great thing.
Others who are now eligible starting Wednesday are those who work in food processing plants, food service, postal workers, and more. Westbrook says as of right now, the supply and demand for vaccines has been steady, especially as the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is now being distributed. She says they're hopeful they will continue to vaccinate the community at this pace.
All right, thanks, Emma. And coming up at 6, we'll hear from local organizations working with people with disabilities and medical conditions who share what this means for their clients moving forward. And new data has found women tend to report more adverse side effects to COVID-19 vaccines than men. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Food and Drug Administration, more than 13 million vaccine doses were administered from mid-December through mid-January. And of those doses, nearly 7,000 adverse side effects like headaches and fatigue were reported. The CDC says about 79% of those were in women. Part of the reason could be more women received the vaccine, but it could also be biological. A CDC researcher says studies suggest women have higher antibody response than men to certain vaccines like influenza. And for the latest on vaccinations, we have set up a local vaccine information center on our website to ensure you stay up to date on the latest information as it becomes available. And you can find it on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. After a delay Monday, jury selection began today in the murder trial of the Minneapolis police officer charged with killing George Floyd. Michael George has the latest from the courthouse in Minneapolis.
Good morning, members of the jury panel.
Judge Peter Cahill is going forward with jury selection at Derek Chauvin's trial, even while an appeals court considers adding third-degree murder to the charges against the former Minneapolis police officer accused of killing George Floyd.
You have been summoned as potential jurors in the case of State of Minnesota versus Derek Chauvin.
The judge and lawyers from both sides questioned the prospective jurors, who will remain anonymous. The process could take up to 3 weeks.
Do you think that might be a problem, absorbing everything and understanding all the evidence?
I understand, but the only I know what I see in the TV and,
What
tools would you use, and how do you determine who is telling the truth?
With evidence.
Last May, the video of Chauvin kneeling on Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes sparked days of protests and calls for racial justice. With so many people still on edge in this city, officials are taking no chances with security. The National Guard is here, and the courthouse is fortified with barbed wire and concrete barriers. Marcia Howard is a teacher and retired Marine.
We have always been disenfranchised, over-policed, over-criminalized, over-promised, and under-delivered.
Chauvin's defense team is expected to argue Floyd died of a drug overdose rather than from the officer's knee on his neck. Chauvin faces up to 40 years in jail if convicted. Michael George, CBS News, Minneapolis.
And the 3 additional former officers who were at the scene are charged with aiding and abetting murder. Their trial is scheduled for August. A Minnesota state rep is reaffirming the state's commitment to mining. Republican Representative Spencer Igo of Grand Rapids introduced a resolution in the state house yesterday. It affirms the house's commitment to encouraging Minnesota's technology and medical companies to use Minnesota-mined minerals when manufacturing products. Igo said it's the lawmakers' jobs to support communities by making sure critical mining minerals are being used locally and not being outsourced. He said mining in Minnesota adds value to Northland communities with family wage jobs and infrastructure. And well, here is a look at the beautiful sunny day we had earlier right by the lift bridge. The waves look beautiful and just sunny out there. And Dave joins us now with a quick look at the current conditions out there. Dave, how's it looking?
Well, it's looking pretty good now, but I'm going to dampen the spirits of that sunny day pretty rapidly. By this time tomorrow, we could be under the gun. So we have until then to get ready for this. And what we're facing then is going to be a winter storm watch. Well, I suppose we're watching right now. Technically, it goes in effect tomorrow this time and stays in effect through Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. But if anything pays off, I'm sure the winter storm watch will turn into either a winter weather advisory or potentially even a straight-up warning. We're expecting a few inches of snow from this system. It's a pair of lows coming our way, and the first is centered towards North Dakota, and it's reaching into Manitoba and Ontario at this moment. But it's connected by a couple of fronts to another low down to the southwest, and that could be dragging up into the area to bring us our Wednesday night and Thursday morning chance for the snow. So tonight, mostly cloudy sky from the lows. Wednesday morning, still mostly cloudy but calm before the storm. Wednesday afternoon, 80% chance for snow. I'll talk about how much and where coming up in more detail in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, a Wisconsin food pantry is helping thousands. That's next on City by City. Plus, later on in the show, a woman's unique dedication to this classic Midwest gas station. Her plan to visit them all.
Get local vaccine information all at CBS3Duluth.com.
Their price, $30,000. Your price, $20. Can you tell the difference? Even expert jewelers have a difficult time distinguishing the diamond Z4 CZ from mined diamonds because of their similarity. This exquisite ring features a flawless simulated diamond center stone of 2 3/4 carats surrounded by over 1 1/4 carats of round and tapered flawless baguettes. One jewelry industry professional marveled at their beauty and brilliance.
It's exceedingly rare to see such flawless stones.
He's right. Comparable solitaires made of diamonds can cost up to $30,000. Your price through this special invitation will be only $20. And for a limited time, you can also receive this beautiful band with 1.92 carats of diamond Z4s. Get both CZ rings totaling over an astounding 6 carats for $20. So call or click now.
Call 1-800-577-5801 to get your Diamond Z4. Call now or go to diamondz4.com. So call 1-800-577-5801. Call now.
Hi, folks. Joe Namath here, and if you're on Medicare, this is important. You're now entitled to eliminate copays and get dental care, dentures, eyeglasses, prescription coverage, in-home aids, unlimited transportation, and home-delivered meals, all at no additional cost. Plus, your zip code may have coverage with the Give Back benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. Look, with the uncertainty of the virus and vaccines, you need to get everything you're entitled to. Here's the bottom line. Call to get significant benefits at no additional cost and see if your zip code has coverage with the Give Back benefit. Millions of people have trusted the Medicare Coverage Helpline. You can too. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-916-5591. That's 1-800-916-5591 now.
Welcome to CBS This Morning. We have a lot of news today.
Watch Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel on CBS This Morning. Weekday mornings only on CBS.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Spirit Mountain where, well, it doesn't look like anyone's out there right now. Dave will be in with this week's forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. A Minnesota township gets a new treasurer and a food drive in Wisconsin helping hundreds of families in need. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We'll start things off tonight in Midway Township, where Kim Bishop will be sworn in tonight as the new treasurer. She'll serve on the Board of Supervisors in this appointed position. Bishop and her husband have lived in the area for a long time and always wanted to get more involved with the town. And she's excited to have been selected for the role. And now we'll head over to Hayward, where a food pantry is helping thousands. Northwood's community food shelf served more than 10,000 people during this past year. The food pantry is open on Wednesdays and Fridays, 10 to 3 p.m. On Tuesdays, they do a drive-through pantry and don't turn anyone away. They give enough food to last most of the month, and it's totally free and operated entirely by volunteers. They're located at the Old Bethel Baptist Church. And we'll end tonight in Virginia, where they're bringing back concerts in the park this summer, and they're looking for bands to apply. And if your band wants to be included in the lineup, you can send your information and availability to be considered. Performances happen on Tuesdays during the summer, and you have until March 26 to apply. We have a link for more information on our website, and that's at cbs3duluth.com. And if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, spring weather almost too good to be true. How Northlanders spent the sunny day.
Well, we did it today. The old record for today, 54 degrees from 1911, tumbled as we achieved 55 this afternoon at the airport in Duluth. Well, we don't really have too much time to get out and celebrate it because we have to get ready for snow tomorrow. Gas up the snow blower, polish the shovel, all that sort of thing. I'll talk about how much could be falling from the sky tomorrow night, coming up right after this break.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to go ahead and smile.
I've always liked video editing. When I was growing up, I'd made a lot of YouTube videos about hamsters, and I really love squids. I graduated from a really big high school, so coming to UWS, where it's a lot smaller, it allowed me to really find myself. More opportunities are there for me to explore and find out what I really want to do. One of my overarching dreams is to film and edit a documentary about marine biology. I would say that I am very happy here.
We're working hard to provide you with an improved DTA experience. With the Transit app, see your route in real time, get notifications, plan your trip, and more in one convenient place. And that's just one way we're building a better DTA.
That's not bacon. It's sausage.
Whoa.
Behold, Johnsonville sausage strips. Sausage that looks and cooks like bacon. It's a meaty miracle. Find them in the bacon section, even though they're sausage.
Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash.
Coming up tonight, more groups of people are eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine starting tomorrow.
After a week's worth of warm weather, now things will cool and snow could come. I'll talk about how much.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland city by city.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, let's talk about temperatures at least one more time. Yeah, like I mentioned, at the airport in Duluth, fresh record at 55. 54 is what they achieved over towards Proctor. Pretty close. But take a look at some other record breakers here. 62 International Falls and in Ashland as well. 50s and 60s. This is the last day of it. The storm system's coming through tonight will eat up the warm air, use it for lift to create a chance for rain and snow. And then, of course, wrapping behind the lows, we're going to have cooler air coming in for the week ahead. So we lose the 40s, 50s, and 60s and go back more towards the 30s and maybe 40s straight up for another 7 days. Well, first we'll start with the current conditions at the airport. It is 54 degrees there still. 47% is the relative humidity, and a south wind going 15 miles per hour is helping push the heat into our region, at least for now. 29.77 inches of mercury is the air pressure, and after so many days of it being pretty high, it is starting to slip now as a pair of lows takes over our northern picture. Here's our temperature picture, and we're looking at 54 to 56 in the Upper Peninsula at this moment, and 58 to 60 in northwestern Wisconsin, 58 from Hayward to 60 in Superior, 57 Moose Lake, mid-50s Cloquet, upper 40s around Silver Bay, mid-50s on the Vermilion Range and the Mesabi, and towards border country we're getting upper 50s. But again, this is the last day of the warm spell. A cool down comes tomorrow along with the chance for the snow and the rain all mixed together. Right now, the first of the low-pressure systems is centered here towards North Dakota, and most of its precip is pushing up, like I mentioned earlier, to Manitoba and Ontario. A little mixture of rain and a touch of snow. So if this one doesn't sag into our region and bring us much precip tomorrow, well, it's backed up by a second one. That'll be riding up a frontal boundary into our area. And that's why for our Wednesday, we are looking at an 80% chance for the mix here in Minnesota, 90% chance for Wisconsin, lesser chance for the Upper Peninsula. Maybe straight up rain towards the UP, so folks there are not sharing in the winter storm watch that many of the rest of us have. This mix, if it pays off, and again, it's an 80 to 90% chance, will bring totals that'll look something like this. In the heart of the storm and a stripe going up the North Shore and going through the Twin Ports, I'm thinking 5 to 8 inches is possible there. And on the fringes, we fall down to less than an inch for International Falls and maybe an inch and a half in Orr on that side of the system. And then on the Wisconsin UP side of the system, we see maybe an inch for Ironwood, maybe a trace for Watersmeet, 3 inches around Solon Springs. So the heart of this system indeed will be centered around the head of the lakes and up the North Shore, and that's where that snow could be the heaviest, and it could last through early Thursday morning before things calm down Thursday afternoon. Tonight in Minnesota, mostly cloudy sky with low temps from 27 to about 38 degrees. As always, cooler inland, warmer by the lake. Minnesota gives way to Wisconsin and Michigan for a look at the temperatures, and there the lows will be pretty toasty, 35 to 39 around that region. For tomorrow, we start the day mostly cloudy, but it's the afternoon where we get the rain and snow mix chance starting. 40 to 46 degrees for Wisconsin, Michigan. 37 to 42 for Minnesota with that rain-snow chance mix, especially picking up overnight Wednesday into early Thursday morning. But then, by Thursday afternoon, back towards partly sunny. And starting to get cooler. John, the high temps for the rest of the week here will be in the 30s, maybe topping out around 40. But for sun fans, well, after the cloudy, rainy day Wednesday into Thursday, then the sun picks up again, and we hold on to it till Monday when we get just a chance for a couple of snow showers.
Well, at least we get a couple days break in between the two.
Yeah, so that faux spring we just had is going away, and now a second shot of winter should be with us perhaps for a week.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Dave. And with snow in the forecast, it looks like our taste of spring is coming to an end for now. But flocks of people were checking out the lake walk on this warm March day. For the Weenan family from the Twin Cities, they said they changed their plans to come up here today before the snow falls again.
That's why we came up today, to avoid the snow tomorrow. We were originally going to come tomorrow, but decided to come today instead.
The whole family agreed they're sick of the winter, and I'll say the same. I'm completely tired of it, and they're ready for the springtime. And while our warm weather has certainly done some damage to Lake Superior's ice cover, the Coast Guard hopes to make an even deeper cut tomorrow. A crew will be out clearing ice on their cutter, the Alder, Tomorrow they'll focus on the Duluth Superior Harbor and eventually make their way toward two harbors. In a week or so, they plan to hit Chequamegon Bay and Thunder Bay. A warning to anglers and snowmobilers that this mission will weaken ice far beyond where the alder is actually cutting. You're asked to think twice before heading out and stay away from shipping channels. Wisconsin has a lot of quick trips, more than 400 of them to be exact, and a La Crosse woman has made it her mission to visit every last one of them. Meet Cassandra Berger. The 27-year-old has a self-described unhealthy obsession with the convenience store chain. Her social media accounts are littered with Quick Trip tributes, even an original love song. Quick Trip officials noticed and set her up with an online show of sorts. Berger uses the spotlight to feature challenges like shopping on a budget.
What I think companies are realizing is that our generation is very creative with videos, photos, whatever it is, and we can reach so many people on our social media platforms. So I think it's a very easy way to get the word out there.
Berger hopes to take the show to every Quick Trip location in Wisconsin. That's right, there's 400 of them, and even she wants to visit some in Minnesota. She's got 50 under her belt so far, and she plans to average around 40 to 50 new locations each month. And it's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets. And today's pet comes to us from Precious Paws Humane Society of Chisholm. Everyone meet Windchill. He's a gentle, friendly tabby cat with big green eyes. Windchill was rescued during the extreme cold we had this winter, and he loves to be pet, and he's very playful. And if you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Windchill, you can call the number on your screen, and they'll be more than happy to get you an appointment. Still to come, a COVID relief bill without bipartisan support, the latest from Washington. And one of Minnesota's most recognizable faces during the pandemic, how Governor Tim Walz is honoring her critical work.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Amazing power, amazing speed, one ultra cool price. Take your internet to the extreme, starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Experience blazing hot speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Turn up the intensity with powerful in-home Wi-Fi and stay chill with 99.99% network reliability. Get extreme internet starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions. This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
Ready to put your house on the market? Then choose locally owned and operated Adolphson Real Estate to help you navigate the home selling process with no hidden fees. We do a free market analysis and personalize a marketing plan for the sale of your home. Contact Adolphson Real Estate to start working with one of our knowledgeable and experienced agents today.
Helping to make memories for generations. Numi Jewelers.
One of the reasons that I love our focus here at CBS3, which is live and local, is because that's me. I'm from here. This is my home. When people reach out with a story idea or a concern about something going on in their neighborhood that they would like to know more about, and they're looking to us for answers, that means a lot to me. It's just incredibly important that we show up for the folks in our region and make sure that they are in the know as much as we are.
My
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Get local vaccine information all at CBS3Duluth.com.
Democrats are pushing ahead with a nearly $2 trillion COVID relief package, and they're doing it without the votes of Republican lawmakers. Skylar Henry shows the details from Capitol Hill.
The House is expected to vote on President Biden's $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief bill Wednesday morning.
Once the Rules Committee takes it up, they'll send it to the floor, and we'll pass it, hopefully with some Republican votes, although, that remains to be seen.
Republicans have unanimously opposed the bill, every step of the way saying it's too large and untargeted.
It didn't have to be this way. We could have had a bill that was, a fraction of the cost of this one, that could have gotten bipartisan approval and support.
The White House is still pushing for GOP support, pointing to public polls showing a majority of Americans, including Republican voters, support the plan.
Getting checks to almost 160 million Americans, money to reopen schools, money to vaccinate people. Since when is that a Democratic idea?
President Biden is highlighting the need for financial relief, meeting with a small business owner who benefited from the Paycheck Protection Program loans.
The first thing that we did was we took all of our at-risk employees and we sent them home and we paid them through that entire process. That first wave of PPP loans was very helpful to allow us to do that.
This comes as the CDC issued new guidelines advising fully vaccinated people can now gather in small groups indoors without masks or social distancing. It also includes unvaccinated people as long as they are low risk and from the same household.
This is the beginning of the next several months of slowly enabling more privileges to get back to a new normal.
The CDC is still recommending no gatherings between unvaccinated households, no gatherings in public, and avoid non-essential travel. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The CDC also issued a new warning Monday about the risk of the coronavirus for obese Americans. According to a new study, about 78% of people who were hospitalized, placed on a ventilator, or died from COVID-19 were overweight or obese. She's been one of the most recognizable faces during the pandemic, playing a very important role for many Minnesotans, but you probably didn't know her name until now. Nick Zapko has been by the governor's side for nearly every press conference about COVID-19 in the last year. She's been translating his messages into sign language, gaining national recognition for her animated and accurate delivery. Today, Governor Tim Walz is honoring her critical work by declaring it Nick Zapko Day in Minnesota. And also, today happens to be her birthday.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, COVID's third wave is almost over as new infections and hospitalizations are dropping. Why the CDC now says those who are obese should be prioritized. Plus, the Queen breaks her silence after Harry and Meghan's bombshell interview. Why she says she's saddened. And we'll meet one of America's oldest police officers, Officer Buckshot Smith, still on the beat at 91 years old. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Ask your doctor about screening options.
Your aviation career is ready for takeoff. Join us for Lake Superior College's Aviation Open House on Friday, March 19, 3 to 6 p.m. Tour LSC's Center for Advanced Aviation and learn about exciting programs like Professional Pilot and Aviation Maintenance Technician. RSVP today.
The View at Bluestone is leasing studio, 1, 2, and 3-bedroom pet-friendly apartments for summer of 2021. With beautiful apartments featuring custom wood cabinets, oversized windows and balconies, and an array of luxury amenities, we'd love to have you here with us. We're excited to show you our progress. Schedule a hard hat tour today at viewatbluestone.com. We know it's hard to stay away from family and friends, but we're all in this together. Carlton County and the Senior Linkage Line are here with free or low-cost services to help you stay safe, sound, and supported. If you or someone you care for could use some help, please contact Minnesota's Senior Linkage Line today. Together, we can help older Minnesotans and their families and caregivers connect to local services to get the help they need.
The selection at Stone Countertop Outlet is the largest in the region. Thousands of slabs, hundreds of colors, and the most popular quartz brands too. See the entire collection at stonecountertopoutlet.com or call our showroom.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki every Tuesday at 10. Only on live local CBS3. Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Celebrating 30 years in business in 2021 with 30% off store-wide. Downtown Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park. But before we go tonight, let's take a look at today's top stories and see what's coming up tonight at 6. Starting tomorrow, more than 1.8 million Minnesotans will become eligible for a COVID vaccine. The next two priority groups include people with underlying health conditions and food processing plant workers. And tonight at 6, a case numbers decline. Minnesota GOP leaders are urging Governor Tim Walz to ease COVID-19 restrictions. Their call to Governor at 6. And that's the news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next, and we'll see you back here tonight at 6.